Welcome to WFPC Podcasting, your local source for the heart and history of Pike County, Indiana. And now, here's your host, Randy Harris.
Welcome to WFPC Podcasting. This is a weekly look at news, information, and the people in and around Pike County. This week begins an annual tradition that has been going on at Hornady Park for nearly 80 years, but it's been going on for over 100 years in the bigger concept. It's the Pike County Fair, and today's visit is with Brooke Gobel, the Extension Educator through Purdue University. She's stationed right here in the Pike County Courthouse and helps pull the fair together. Brooke, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Brooke, it's Fair Week.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
We are started.
You work all year. This is your Christmas.
Yep. It's my favorite time of the year, for sure.
Oh my goodness. Tell us how it's coming together.
It's going. We had cleanup day this past weekend where we had more than half of our 4-H'ers there to help set up the buildings and clean out livestock barns and just get stuff started to set up. And so we are moving and grooving now.
So this is actually airing. We're taping this a couple days ahead.
Yep.
But this is airing on Friday morning.
Perfect.
What's going on tonight?
So Friday, we are finishing checking in projects, and we have started judging. So we have 10 projects that have open conference type judging, where the youth get the opportunity to sit there and talk to the judge about their projects. So we have closed out check-in at 6 o'clock. Yes, 6 o'clock, and then judging is from 4 to 6, and then we're getting ready for the next day of more judging on Saturday.
So explain the breakdown to me. You've got really two different things going on right now. You've got the 4-H development, and you've also got the fair board, and they just blend together to make this one big week. Yep.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Yep. So my office and some of our volunteers oversee all the 4-H things. So the youth projects that come in, that kind of judging, the livestock shows for our kiddos, all the stuff that are for the kids is on the 4-H side of things. Our 4-H council oversees everything else. So the carnival rides, demo, free stage, the concert that's going to be on Thursday, all those kinds of things, and parking, my 4-H council oversees. So it is a lot of teamwork on making sure that we have coverage volunteer-wise on all aspects of the fair.
Wow.
Yes.
And you've got kids that work all year for this day.
Yes.
For this week.
Yep. We have kids that sometimes they start their projects over Christmas break, and we have a couple here that kind of start them over Christmas break. And then we also have kids who have livestock that they have at their home all year round, and you can't just not take care of your animals. So they have been working every day, all year round, and some of them have been doing it for 10 years, and so they're ready to age out.
I've got a 10-year member aging out this year.
Yes, we have 10 4-H members that are seniors this year, and 8 of them are 10-year members. Wow. So that's amazing. We haven't had that many 10-year members and since I have been here. So it's awesome.
You have been here how long?
I'm coming up on 5.5 years. So I started February of 2020. So it was a weird time to start, but I've been here for about 5.5 years now.
You started when COVID hit.
Yes. I was in the office for, I think, 3 weeks, and then we were sent home for 8 months. So it was definitely a weird transition for me as starting a new job. And coming in and having my first fair online, and we didn't do an in-person fair in 2020. It was all virtual.
Wow.
So, yes.
Walk us through your journey to this point. Were you a farm kid? Did you grow up in 4-H? Did you always know you were going to Purdue, etc.? Tell us the story.
Yeah. So I'm actually a third generation 4-H member. So my grandparents were in 4-H, my mom was in 4-H, and then we are in the fourth generation. My family is getting ready to come up and start in the mini project here in a year or so. So it's always been a thing. My grandpa was Fair King, my mom was Fair Queen, and I was Queen one year. So it was really cool to experience that with her. So it's 4-H has always been in my family's blood and will continue to do that. I grew up on a dairy farm, so we had hogs and dairy steers. So we had quite a big production, and we had poultry for just laying hens and so, yeah, we had a nice farm. And so 4-H has always been a thing. I went to school, not at Purdue. I went to Indiana State to be a teacher. And my goal was to teach for like 15 years and then transition into a educator position with Purdue Extension was my end goal. And I kind of skipped the teaching role and went straight to where my end goal was at. So this was always where I want to be. Right. Now, not this county, but I mean, I have loved working here in my 5 years. So it's been great.
Your dairy farm, your hog farm was up north,
yep.
South Bend area?
South Bend, St. Joe County. My home was in Marshall County and our farm is in St. Joe County. So right there on that line. Okay. So, yep, I grew up in a very large county. So coming to Pike County was a whole new experience on how things are done and how to do things. So it was definitely a learning experience, my first in-person fair. But it's been awesome. And I wouldn't want it any other way. Knowing all of my families, my kids, their parents, it's awesome to know them. Where in a big county like that, you don't know all of your kids, all of your families. You don't see them at the grocery store or walking down the street and know that's one of my 4-H kiddos. Here I can see them everywhere. If I'm at the school, I can see them and just be able to chat with them. So I love being in Pike County and the small community that we have.
So did you go to Plymouth High School? Or?
I went to John Glenn High School.
Okay.
Yep.
That's smaller.
Yes, that is a smaller school, kind of like Pike Central. So we had a greenhouse. It was smaller. So it really was more of a farm agriculture type school just because where we were at. So, yeah. So
you've obviously always had a desire to help teach kids, and that's what you're doing.
Yes, I love it every day.
Now you're the extension educator. Mm-hmm. We used to call that the extension agent.
Agents, yes.
You do not remind me of Bill Robinson in the least.
Well, that's good.
Bill was a great character.
He was, yes. He definitely had a legacy in our 4-H program, so I strive to
He was
be
a
like
little
that.
more gruff than you, not as bubbly. He was an old World War II sergeant.
Right, right.
And great community person.
Yes.
But, Hank Kimball, you ever heard of Hank Kimball?
Mm-mm.
There's a generation gap here.
Mm-hmm.
Green Acres, look up Green Acres sometime. Look up the extension agent, Hank Kimball.
Okay.
But you're now the educator. What do you educate kids on?
So I have a couple different aspects of my job. So it's not just 4-H youth development. I also have health and human sciences. So I'm a dual educator. So I have 2 program areas that I oversee.
These are adults too.
Yes.
These are not
just
are the
kids.
farmers.
Yep. These are adults, older adults. I can teach to all people.
Many farms.
Yep.
Whoever is interested, you're available.
Yes. So we do a lot. We do a lot within the school. We do a lot of after school programming. We do camps. Like in the summer, we've had, I think, already 3 camps this summer. That's not just here in the county, but also we work with other counties in our area as well as on campus. So we do a lot. And what we do myself and Chloe Brom is the other 4-H and A&R educator in our office. We do a lot of needs assessments, getting involved in the community, talking to community members, youth, adults, parents, whoever, and see what we can bring to the community that is in need and how can we fill that. So for an example, for a past couple years, I have heard from parents that they were wanting to find like a babysitting program for their kids to go through, kind of learn CPR so they become good babysitters. And so I heard the need and finally had time in my schedule to do that. So in April, I held a 5-day workshop after school at the middle school. And I had, I think, 12 youth in 6th through 8th grade that learned how to do CPR and actually got CPR certified and got their certificates. We learned how to be home safety, how to have kitchen safety, and how do you use a knife to cut up food for younger kids and what's the right size, because you don't want to not give a kid a full hot dog when they're maybe only 1 year old. So learning those kinds of things, what to do in emergency situations, how to do basic first aid. So all those things was jam-packed into 5 days. And at the end, they got a certificate. So now they can be confident when they babysit over the summer and can get paid for it and know that they're doing a really good job.
Peace of mind for the parents, too.
Absolutely. And myself as a new parent, like that was awesome to teach them and to learn new things. So then I'm like, well, I could call you if I needed a babysitter and know that you are certified and know the proper things and know what to ask for if like the kids have questions, or myself as a parent, what am I looking for a babysitter and how can I relay that information to these girls who want to be good babysitters. And so that was kind of a neat experience for both of us, how to change a diaper. So I brought diapers and how to change diapers, because not all kids know how to do that. But most of them did. So That was nice. So yeah, it was a really awesome experience for them and for myself. And I developed the program from start to finish to meet the needs of what parents had been requesting and had been telling me. So I was able just to make something up and kind of rolled with it. So they were able to take like a workbook home. So they have those resources with them all the time.
Created your own lesson plan.
Yeah. Yep.
Fabulous. And you were trained for that too.
Yeah. Yep. So it was a great partnership between my office and the health department. They had some funding that helped pay for that. So they got to take a first aid kit home with them and some other resources to help them with their babysitting. So it was a great program and something that I just happened to hear from parents and just eventually had time to be able to actually sit down and develop it and made it work.
There was a need and you filled it. Yep. Great.
And so I'm hoping to continue that. And that's just an example of what things come out of our office.
If a parent, we're becoming more and more food conscious today.
Absolutely.
If somebody is out there watching and they're thinking or listening and they're thinking, gee, I'd really know about how to do this. Mm-hmm. Is there a resource online that they can go to, or can they contact you and say, here's a need? Do they go to your website?
They can go to my website. They can send me an email. They can call my office. Whatever they can stop in our office, which is in the courthouse. And I can add that to my list and can make it happen. So there's something that I'm kind of working on, hasn't fully been completed yet, but I've heard a lot from older adults on how do I cook for one? You've grown up cooking for your entire family, whether that was for you and a significant other or 10 kids. And how do you, as an older adult, not make too much food and then it's going to waste? Right. And so that's something that I'm in the works on being able to provide a little workshop for older adults to learn how to cook for one. And maybe how do you freeze it, or kind of getting that mentality that I am maybe at home by myself now, and how do I not just like go through a drive-through? How do I still get nutritious meals and budget? Because food is expensive. Everything is expensive now. And being able to cook at home does save a little bit of money. So I'll have that kind of in the works that I've heard from many people that was a need as well. So, yeah.
And they can call you at
354-6838.
6838. 812-354-6838. You're online at extension.purdue.edu/Pike or Facebook.
Yep, we're on Facebook, so you can just put in Purdue Extension Pike County and that'll pop up. Our website is linked to like our Facebook. You can even like just put in Google Purdue Extension Pike County and it'll just pop up. Usually the first one.
Or go in the courthouse. You're the first door on the left.
We are, yes.
Great. Yeah. So that is all interesting, and people have issues with fungi, and people have issues with different pests in their gardens.
Yep.
You're a resource.
Yeah, we get a lot of baggies of dead insects or leaves and soil samples. We do all that in our office. So Chloe is our A&R educator that oversees all of that. So we get those kinds of calls, or you can send us pictures of my tree is dying. Why is it dying? And she can be that resource and can kind of help you fix it potentially. And even does some site visits on, let me get maybe some samples. We can do soil samples. So you want to test your soil or start a garden. Do I have the correct nutrients in the soil to have a successful garden? And if not, what kind of things do I need to add? Do I need to add more nitrogen or whatever? So we are a resource for all of that. Yeah, we get quite a few bugs in our office and bags.
So I'm going to switch gears on you. Let's go back
That's
to
fine.
the beginning and let's talk about fair.
Yeah.
Oh my, you've got livestock, you've got all of these kids. How many kids are involved in your program?
So this year we have a little under 120 kiddos.
And for Pike County, that's pretty strong.
That's pretty good. Yeah. We are proud of our kids and the things that they bring, and they will bring all the projects and animals. We have to rent a tent again this year for our livestock because we do not have enough stalls for them. So that's an exciting problem to have.
Tell us the livestock that you have out there.
So we have horse and pony. There's cattle, goats, sheep, swine, rabbits, poultry. I think I got them all. Yeah, I think I got them all. So, yeah. So we have to rent out a tent and we'll have some animals in there. So this is, I think, the second year that I've been here that we've had to rent a tent. So it's a really good problem to have, and not enough stalls for everybody. So. And
then you'll have an auction?
Yep. Auction is on Thursday night at 6:00. For our livestock kiddos. So this is a new change.
Thursday night, that was last night? We're doing this Friday morning? Or is that this coming week? That's
Thursday the 24th.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah. So that's a new change because it's usually on Friday night, and we have changed it to Thursday night this year. So we have Supreme Showmanship. So top of top showman kiddos, they'll compete first, and then we'll go into auction right after that.
On a sidebar conversation you and I discussed, there's 92 different counties in Indiana. They all do it a little bit different.
Yes, because it just depends on how are your grounds, your buildings, how many volunteers, how many kids do you have, what's going to work for your needs and for your community and families. And we just have to tweak it. Pike is the third county I have worked in Purdue Extension, and all three counties have done it just a little bit differently. So we do have some like deadlines that are the same, but there's still some procedures that we do the same. But when it comes to fair and shows and check-ins, it's all a little bit different.
You advertised last year, I think, as the 103rd fair. So I'm gonna muddy the waters here.
Yeah.
I found an old interview from 1989 about the fair. It was similar to this with different people. And they were telling me that the fair started in the mid to late 40s. But what I'm piecing together is you had your 4-H stuff going on, and then the community came together and built, with a fair board, they built a fair, a Pike County Fair around the 4-H fair.
So they used to, in like the 20s and 30s, they used to have boys and girls clubs, 4-H clubs. Now we just have community 4-H clubs. We don't have just boys and girls. They're all combined now. So that's when they would do the fair out at the park or in the field. I don't know exactly where they had it. But they used to have a fair. We've had pictures and newspaper articles and some annual reports that I have found in our office from, the first few educators. Because the first educator started in 1920. I think it was like 1921, in Pike. And they only had one educator at the start. And it really started out as boys and girls clubs. And then they still had a fair to showcase everything. And how that looked, I couldn't tell you. But, they still had it.
Well, I was listening to that old tape, and my friend Ruth Miley McClellan, who wrote the history book on Pike County in 1976.
Yeah.
She was explaining to me in an audio tape that she was with the extension agent, and they went out and they were scouting out Hornady Park. And he had a vision for where the stage could go in that bowl.
And in the amphitheater.
You could have the seating around it. And it was an interesting tape.
Absolutely.
Discover.
And how much things have changed or even stayed the same since then. So, yeah.
Thanks for watching WFPC Podcasting. Let's take a quick 60 seconds to hear from our episode sponsors.
Real estate is local. It's your most valuable asset. If you're buying or selling, you want a seasoned professional who knows the ins and outs as well as the community. Clicking a link with a bunch of data and being directed to someone you'll never see is not local. At Harris Real Estate, we're right here. We have the data, but we also know the community, and we want to help you. Harris Real Estate has listed and sold hundreds of properties right here. Harris Real Estate, 812-380-1065. When you wash your vehicle on a regular basis, there are many advantages. You're easier to see, you preserve the life of your vehicle, help maintain its value, protect its paint, prevent corrosion, and it just looks better. It only takes 6 quarters or your credit card to get it started. Stop by Petersburg Car Wash today. Petersburg Car Wash, home of the springtime yellow Mustang. 401 South 9th Street, Petersburg. Keep it clean. So I'm gonna muddy some new waters for you. When I was a little boy, and this is going to get embarrassing, and Dylan's going to kind of hide his face in a minute. When I was little, my mom used to sing a song to me called "Lavender's Blue Dilly Dilly." I don't know if you've ever heard that, but it was from a Disney movie that came out in about 1947. It was based on a book that was written in about 1944. And that book was reminiscing to 1903. The Pike County Fair.
Yeah.
It was called So Dear to My Heart. And I remember reading years ago, Walt Disney had said at that time it was his favorite movie.
Yeah, so a fun thing about that movie is they are actually showing that movie at the fair this year on Family Night, which is on Wednesday. So, they're showing it, pulling out a big screen.
Driscoll, Burl Ives.
Yep, they're pulling out a big screen and projector, and they are playing the movie in the evening to that movie.
And that is what night?
Wednesday.
The 23rd?
23rd, yes. Yep.
Perfect.
And it starts at 9 o'clock.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great. So I think that was a little bit before we really had a Pike County Fair, but I think what drew Walt Disney to it was he was from Kansas City area, and he appreciated the Midwest values that drew from.
Yeah, every state in the United States has county fairs and some kind of extension service. So how we are Purdue Extension, there is one in every state. So there's Ohio Extension, Illinois State Extension. Yeah.
Great. Well, this is fabulous. So let's get back. What if we go out to the building? What all are we going to see in the exhibits? Explain to us this flower arrangement right in front.
Yeah, so this was a project that a kiddo did in arts and crafts last year. They just forgot to pick it up, so it's been decoration in our office, which is great. We love it. I didn't want to throw it away, so this youth member had an old book, and they added flowers and stuff to it. So that goes in the arts and crafts division. So we will have a little under 500 projects in our building. That's not including open class. So open class is for adults that they get to bring in their own projects and exhibit them, just for something fun to still be a part of 4-H if you were a part of it, and kind of exhibit your own craft or foods or garden, whatever you have. So yeah, we have a little under 500 projects coming into the building. So we'll be packed again. So trying to mentally myself trying to prepare for all those projects to come in, and how do I exhibit all of them in there. I
was reminded either last night or this morning, don't forget to watch Jenna make yeast rolls. You need to do that Thursday.
Yep. They'll come in and they'll have an opportunity to talk to the judge Friday night, the foods judge. And yeah, so it's going to be exciting. We are kicking gear. It's going to be full. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. And then State Fair is right after our fair. We start State Fair.
So it's August
1st through the 17th.
Wow.
Yep.
Tell us the flower display to your right.
So this was just another arts and crafts project that a kiddo made and also forgot it. So it just been in our office.
And if they're watching this program, they can come redeem these.
They can, or we can keep them in our office and then pretty our office.
What is the photo?
So that is a photography project. That was actually my photography project that I did as a 4-H'er. It is.
Let's see it.
Yeah. So it is my French horn that I played when I was in high school. And that was just my photography project. I never wanted to get rid of it because I love music and I've always had a passion for it. So yeah, it just hangs up in my office. But yeah, that's one of my 4-H projects from way back when.
And I'm putting that up for Dylan to focus in on. July 20th through the 26th.
Yep.
2025.
Yes.
Now, can we pull the brochure out?
Sure.
How involved are you with the rest of this? So tomorrow night, Saturday night.
Yes.
What do we have going on?
So they have the pageants. So the Tiny Miss, Little Miss, Mr., Junior Miss, Teen Miss, and the Miss Pike County. That is on Saturday, July 19th at Pike Central High School Auditorium, starting at 1:30. I'm not involved with that, but my 4-H council is. I am finishing with judging projects and getting the building set up, but the pageants is always a great time. I'm kind of sad I'm going to have to miss them because I enjoy watching everybody dress up and bring all the sparkle and everything. So, but yeah, and then we have livestock check-in that night too. So it's Saturday is a busy day for everyone.
Rides. What can we expect from rides this year?
So rides will be on Thursday, July 24th through Saturday, July 26th. Free rides for everyone. They are sponsored by AES, Pike County Farm Bureau, and the Pike County 4-H Council. So they are the sponsors and are able to provide free rides for our community, which is awesome because not a lot of counties have this opportunity.
I was going to say, who else does that?
None to my knowledge. None of the counties I have worked in or even around us have that. There's quite a few counties that have steered away from rides because of liability. They're so expensive. They've done inflatables. So this is an awesome thing that we offer for our community and have sponsors that continue to offer this.
Wow. That's impressive.
Because, fairs are expensive, just food-wise. And so being able to just help families with some of that cost and not have that cost with rides, because, that can easily be $20 a wristband. And if you have 5 kids, that adds up very quickly. So being able to have free rides is just an amazing opportunity for our community.
Food stands, you're going to push the 4-H leaders, the junior leader stand?
So our 4-H council oversees the junior leaders stand, and so they'll have food in there. We'll have food trucks. I'm starting Wednesday. I think a few of them may open a little bit earlier, but they'll mainly start on Wednesday. The junior leader stand will be open every day because it's our 4-H council. So we want to provide food for our 4-Hers, but mainly the food trucks will start on Wednesday.
Okay. Sunday. What is going on Sunday the 20th?
So Sunday is our, we have our parade, the Queen's Parade. So they will drive through downtown Petersburg and drive through the fairgrounds to kind of start the fair with opening ceremonies right afterwards. The building will be open. We have a horse and pony show that night at 7. So we are starting hot and heavy.
And then a silent auction.
Yep, there'll be a silent auction in the Robinson building. That will be all week long. There is a lot of things in the silent auction, a lot of great things that's going to be there.
Like example.
I don't know those examples because it's on my 4-H council. But if you know Cassie Harker, she's in charge of the silent auction. So get with her and she'll tell you all about the great things.
Whatever she's doing, it's going to be done well.
We printed out 100 little tags for her to put on things. So there's going to be quite a few things there for the silent auction. So yes.
Monday the 21st, you start out in the morning with the poultry show.
Yep, we have the poultry show right at the poultry barn, kind of by the junior leader stand. That usually goes until about noon. We have 100-some birds in our 4-H program, which is a lot for Pike County. That's one of our bigger projects is poultry. So we have a lot of birds coming, and then we'll have the contesting show that evening for horse and pony. So 2 more shows that day. A wonderful thing that I'm so thankful for the Pike County Chamber of Commerce is that they organize free breakfast for livestock and 4-Hers. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there are board members of the chamber board that sit out there during the whole show and provide breakfast for them. So that is amazing, and I'm so grateful for them. And this year they're doing snack totes for our kids too, so they'll have snacks throughout the whole week, provided by some amazing groups and sponsors. in our community. So they're going to be highlighted on our Pike County Indiana 4-H page, Facebook page, every day that they're there. So it's an awesome opportunity for our kids, because they used to go to McDonald's, and when that shut down, there was nothing for the kids to eat in the mornings, because a lot of them are there at 6 a.m. to take care of animals and are there all day, and they get hungry, and I get hungry. So yeah, it's awesome.
Chamber jumped in and they're filling the need.
They are filling the need. They started that. I think this is their 4th year that they have done that and had that. So it's been an awesome. And I think those those board members that are doing it love it too, because they continue to do it. So it's an awesome thing.
Good. That brings us to Tuesday. You've got the Goat and Sheep Show at 9 o'clock.
Yep.
4-H exhibit building opens 5 o'clock. Then you've got the Swine Show, Goat and Pony pageants in the Horse Arena. Wednesday, the 23rd. That's the big day.
That's when the big festivities really start. So we have Rabbit Show in the morning to kind of kick us off. Of course, the building will be open every single day, usually between 5 to 9 or 5 to 10, just depends on what day it is. The last show of the day will be the beef and dairy shows, so the cattle shows. And then we go into family fun night. There'll be laser tag. There's a talent show. There's a couple different contests. I think there's a mullet contest and the watermelon eating contest. And of course, you'll end off the evening with the movie night. So it's really geared for families. It's just a big old family fun night. Lots of activities that the 4-H Council is providing for everyone.
Mullet. I think of Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yep. They have some great awards. So if you win, there's some nice awards that you'll get for that. They're really fun and cute.
Free watermelon eating contest.
Yes.
Oh my, what is that?
It's a watermelon eating contest.
Whoever can eat the most watermelon.
It would be delicious.
Good. Thursday and free outdoor movie night.
Yes.
Near the livestock farms.
At 9 o'clock. And that'll be the movie that we kind of just talked about. So talks about the county fair, a Disney movie. So end off the night with a nice movie night. Can sit in the grass and watch the sunset and enjoy all of the fair sounds.
Great. Thursday, the 24th.
That's the first day of rides. So free rides, they usually start, I think, at 5 or 6 o'clock. I don't remember exactly, but it's usually around there. We have our very last show, which is Supreme Showmanship. So the kids who win Master Showmanship in their species all come together and compete against each other to become Supreme Showmen. So it's always a great opportunity to watch those great exhibitors show livestock that they may not be familiar with. So if they win swine, they'll also have to show a horse. They'll have to show cattle. They'll have to show sheep. So they may not be familiar with that. And it's really cool to see them and talk with the judges.
My wife, that was a big part of her youth.
Yes, I did that as well. They had in my county called Round Robin. It's basically the same thing. And so that was something that as a showman, you strive to participate in. And if you won or even got second or even to be a part of it is such a huge experience, and these kids work so hard, and it's so great to watch them, and even to see them succeed or win. I mean, it's awesome. So supporting them on that, that's why we moved it to the night, so they can really get that support, because it used to be in the mornings, which was kind of hard, because sometimes at the end of the week you're like, I need to sleep in a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. So it just allows the kids.
Exhausting.
It is. It really is. So come out for sure for Supreme Showmanship. You'll get a great show. And then right afterwards, we have the livestock auction for all of our livestock exhibitors, where they get to auction off one of their animals. And we have a premium auction. So the money that the kids receive goes straight to them. And so they can use that money towards their livestock for the next year, if they need a new tack box, to work on any other projects. So it's premium. So like we have horses that go through them. You can't really sell your horse or even butcher one. So what money they get, it goes right back to the 4-H'er. So you were supporting the 4-H'er as a whole. So it's awesome.
Great.
Not everyone does a premium auction, and it's
Keep their animal.
Yep, they got to keep their animal, and
You're just supporting the kid.
You're just supporting the kid
and their efforts. Mm-hmm. You get a nice picture to hang in the office.
Yep.
Connor Lovelace.
Yep. So we have a concert that night, and Connor Lovelace is opening the show. The Taxmen are coming to sing.
That's a Beatles tribute.
Yes, it is. So it's great to have Connor kind of open the show and start off with
local.
Yep, absolutely.
Where are the Taxmen from?
I'm not 100% sure on that one. I don't believe they're in the state. I want to say like Wisconsin, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh.
So don't quote me on that. But I don't believe they're from the state. So
Friday night, the 25th. Mm-hmm. You're starting out the day with livestock animals going home.
Yep. They go home Friday throughout the day. In the heat, they do better at home than they do here. So we kind of keep that in mind. So if you want to see livestock, get there sooner in the week than towards the end. Then we start with Scrapper and the Scrapper race. And
what is the Scrapper race?
So Scrapper race is basically like, not really a demo, but they just kind of go and drive in like a circle. So I don't do a lot with the Scrapper race. So if you have questions, Brittany Gayhart oversees some of that. So she'll have more of your questions or how to register. You can go to the Pike County Fair page, and they also have how to register and all that stuff on there as well.
Okay. And then you've got 4-H exhibit building opens at 5 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Free carnival rides continues. 7 o'clock free live music on the Midway.
Yes. So the free stage will have all kinds of people singing. I know one of our 4-Hers, Cody Miller, is singing one of those times.
She did this last year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so I know she just sang at the Vault too. So she's great and is one of our 4-H members. So it's awesome to see her on the stage as well. I don't know who's all on the stage, so you'll have to come and just see who it is. But I know for sure she's one of them.
Great. It's great to see local talent.
Absolutely.
Getting to present their talents.
Absolutely. Because I could not sing on that stage. I could barely sing in the shower. So
Saturday the 26th, you wrap it up with a big day.
We wrap it up with demo. That's always been a huge hit here in Pike County. So we have the demo starting at 4. The building, of course, will be open. There's the rides, and of course, like the livestock auction, the baby contest, all of those kinds of small contests that we're doing will wrap up that evening as well. So it'll be a nice day to wrap up the very long week.
How big is your fair board now?
There are, I believe, 12.
And they put a lot of effort into this.
Absolutely.
Year round.
Yes, they do a lot.
It didn't start last week. Mm-mm. They've been working on it since the week after
they've already made contracts with like the rides and stuff for the next year already, and we haven't even had this year's fair. So they think about next year's while this year is going on. So
a lot of dedicated people that you get to work with.
Absolutely. They are fantastic. Huge supporters of 4-H in our youth and our county. And I know I rely on them a lot, and I love their support and their passion. A lot of them take time off of work to be there during Fair Week or even before. So we started cleanup on this past Saturday, I forget what day it was, the 7th, I think it was. We started cleanup, and like the next 2 weeks before fair, we're cleaning, we're organizing, we're getting things together, we're getting stuff set up for vendors. And so it's a full-time job for them on top of their own job that they have. So they are awesome support people. They are awesome volunteers. I know I appreciate all of the hard work that they do before, during, and even after fair.
Great. I'm going to take my eyes off of you.
Okay.
I'm going to right over your French horn picture.
Yes.
You see that pig?
I see a pig, yes.
In 1991, Kiwanis, which at that time it was the late Ron DeMott, judge. Before that, he was prosecutor Jeff Biesterveld, and Phil Hindall, who was an attorney here at the time, and myself. We won the hog wrestling contest.
Oh yeah.
12.25 seconds, I think.
You just have a pat on the back on that one. Could you do that now?
I think it was luck then.
We no longer have hog wrestling.
What happened there?
It's more of the safety for the pigs as well. Purdue does not really like that. Yeah. And so it's just the safety of the pigs and the animals that way. There's been quite a few counties that have like PETA that come to those kinds of events and sometimes start uproar. So it's kind of prevent that as well and that kind of safety.
Different age today.
It is a different age. Yes.
Brooke, we so appreciate you coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
We hope this helps the community know what you're doing this year.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love the fair. It fills up my bucket for the entire year, and just hanging out with the kids and seeing them in the wash racks and getting dirty and having fun. I mean, it brings back to my 4-H memories and why I'm here and why I do it. It's for the kids. It's always for the kids, and I can't wait.
Well, thanks for joining us for this program of WFPC Podcasting. The program is brought to you by Harris Real Estate and Petersburg Car Wash. Please like the podcast and share with your friends so more people can hear about WFPC. You may find WFPC Podcasting on YouTube, our website, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you listen to your favorite media. Join us next Friday for another WFPC podcast exploring the people, information, and news right here in Pike County. See you next week.
Welcome to WFPC Podcasting, your local source for the heart and history of Pike County, Indiana. From back roads to town centers, we bring you the voices, stories, and news that shape our community. Join us on this journey through the past, present, and future of Pike County, Indiana. Tune in next week for the next episode of WFPC Podcasting.